Okay, I didn't start a video to fix my bed head. Good day. Top of the morning, lads and lasses. So I've been trying to get back in the loop with news and find out what's going on. And I have to say, I'm going to word myself wrong in everything. But this is a heartfelt video. I think I posted up links on all my pages for the videos that I was watching last night, and they were talking about Epstein. Guthrie is dead. I'm terrible with names. Miss Guthrie is dead. And then this morning I was watching a video by Justin Trouble. I say he's just in time, but he says he's just in trouble. I put up a link for his video. For the Epstein victims. Hey, Hachi, it's great to see you. But for the, okay, so Hachi, I'll repeat it real quick. So I was watching Just in Time. He says he's just in trouble, but I say he's always just in time. Just in trouble is always just in time. I like trouble. I'm always trying to start some. No, seriously though. But last night and this morning, or maybe the 2 nights ago and this morning, I was watching these videos about Epstein and watching Just in Trouble. I took that as confirmation that my spidey senses are on point. Iron sharpens iron, right? But in this case, I want to make sure I'm reading people the right way and that I'm understanding correctly and that I can stand on my own 2 feet and that really I'm not an undercover blonde. So I saw a video. I forget everybody's name, but Kash Patel was talking to a senator, and I forget the senator's name because he's always on point. I put up a link on the community, on the post tab and YouTube and on Twitter and X and anyway. But he was asked, did Epstein hang himself or was he murdered? Did Epstein hang himself or was he murdered? I'm not sure. Was the question, did Epstein hang himself or did he escape? I'm not sure. But Kash Patel sits there and said, he hung himself in a New York correctional facility. Something like that. No, he did not. You Epstein victims, my heart goes out to you. But at this point, since we're in the last days and end times and they're calling evil good and good evil, you're never going to see justice. I'm never going to see justice. You're never going to be compensated. Your life is going to be forever more screwed up and nobody's going to take responsibility. And the bad guys are winning right now, which means you will never be safe if you come forward. But it is appointed to man to die one time. And we're going to get stuck paying taxes because some nimwit gave the IRS guns. They need to be disbanded. So for the Epstein victims, I would love nothing more than to have justice for you. I remember Epstein's Island. When I finalize my autobiography, I will mention it, but not by name. I was brought there through the tunnels underground. Under the waves, I have fragmented memories. The reason why I was brought there was because I'm a created human, an Ubermunch. I expose the super soldier and MK Ultra projects that stem from Operation Paperclip. Joseph Mangley's experimentation was a lot more than people think. Like when you hear about them backbreeding to these alien races. Hi, my name is Holly Baglio. I'd like to put on some weight, get up to 125. I'm only 107 right now. I lost a little weight to stress and stuff, but hopefully everything from here will get better. So that's what I am. He was successful at that, and I got 5 fingers, not 6 fingers. He was successful at that. And he was Joseph Mengele, the angel of death from World War II, who I nicknamed Joe the Mechanic. He was successful at life extension. He's still alive. Hitler, I thought it was back in around 2016 when I came forward to the public. I thought it was around then that Hitler, when somebody powerful like Hitler goes to die, they don't just let you die of natural causes. They sacrifice you, and there's somebody standing over you to inhale your last breath because they want all of your power. Have you ever seen somebody die? Some people have bad deaths where they're going, demons, demons. And then other people have a better passing, like my grandmother, where I was making her comfortable and she was at ease. She did not have any nightmares, nothing like that. The Pope, Franny, that just died, he had a very nightmarish death because he went off to hell. And there's, let me stay on track. So I remember on Epstein's Island, him sitting at that table. It was bone and animal bone, and there was everybody was sitting around the table, but the faces are fuzzy. And I remember talking to Epstein and the handler. It was not James Casbolt, and I'm sorry for in the past using names and confusing people with other people. I was trafficked with Casbolt. Casbolt was never a handler of mine. It just seems to me that everybody's got dark hair, dark eyes, and wears black. I'm bound to get people mixed up, so I apologize to Commander Casbolt. But there was a handler. Dark hair, dark eyes, wore black. Standing above me, and I was sitting at the table, and Epstein was asking me a line of questions, and he had asked me a question and it dug too deep, and I snapped out of the altar, and there I am sitting, like I'm sitting here with you, but there I am sitting at that table on his island. Jeffrey? And the handler looked at me, and the handler said something. He looked at Epstein, and I think it was Epstein that changed what he was saying. And I think it was Epstein. I could be off, or it could have been both of them. Epstein said something, and all of a sudden, I remember I went back into altar. I went back into altar. And I don't remember the rest. But Epstein had asked me something about the cages and something about the programming. And when he asked me the question, I went from that altar to all of a sudden being in a cage, fighting for my life, like in my head, because of what he said. It triggered me inside my mind to remember a past moment where I was inside a cage being electrocuted, thinking of grandma and papa, trying to leave my body to go be with them instead of stuck in a cage being electrocuted. And it woke me up because in the memory I was thinking of grandma, papa, I gotta make it home to grandma and papa. Oh, it'll kill them if I don't make it home to them. I gotta make it home. I remember walking up to that blue and white building, and it had J.E. on the side. And I remember saying to the handler, "What's that?" He's like, "Jeffrey Epstein." Hello. I have Holly moments. No, I'm not an undercover blonde. So Miss Guthrie's dead. Kash Patel is one of them. But that Pam lady should be fired. Like, it's just not going to come out. His island is not going to come out. So for the Epstein victims, I'm sorry, guys. I hope that somehow, some way, you can find rest and peace. I should have put R-A-P, not R-I-P. I'll change it to R-A-P, rest and peace. I hope that you can find Yahusha, the blood of the Lamb, and that you let him embrace you, love you, you let him teach you and be your rabbi, and you let him heal you, let him give you back your innocence. He can do it. He can do all of the things that you need and much, much more. His name is not J-E-S-U-S. He spoke Hebrew and he heard his name is Yahusha. And I just want you to feel like Yahusha's approachable, reachable, and obtainable and there for you. He lived a life just like you and I. So he gets it. But anyway, for the Epstein victims, you're never going to see justice. But I will say this, at least there's people out there now that believe us, because back when I was 18, 19 years old, I went to Millington Baptist Church and that Christian family, Steve and John, and my friends at the time. And I was telling them about the kids in a cage and being electrocuted. And they told me it was all in my head. Nobody was listening back then. At least now, people are listening. And you have a shot at finding a support system that can help you. I have a support system, and I'm always going to keep my support system. I have a big support system. It took a village to help me. I woke up, I got out of the dumps December 2011, physically and formally. In 2008, Mangley programmed me to get out. I was programmed out. Programmed in, programmed out. Even if you had said, Holly, you don't have to go back to the dumps, there's still 169 altars that have orders and instructions that have to be programmed. So in 2008, I was programmed to get out. But December 2011, when I went to Colorado on vacation, I went to a Hooters bar because my friend had a crush on one of the waitresses. And when I got up to go to the bathroom, I was approached by 3 higher ranking super soldiers that told me they were getting out and asked me what I wanted to do. And I told them I wanted to be, instead of a super soldier for the kingdom of darkness, I wanted to be a SEAL for Yahusha. I want to see his return. I want to make it to the end. All are saved to make it to the end. I need to make it to the end to be saved. And if I made it through the dumps, I got a good shot at making it through those 7 years of tribulation. I was born into those projects. 37 years of my life. I definitely want to serve Yahusha through the 7 years of tribulation. Absolutely. Even before then. So that smile is because of Yahusha. And the only reason why I would have a smile is because of him. Because he gave it to me. And I actually feel the feelings that correspond with the smile on my face. But that's only Yahusha that can do that for you. So as a victim of Epstein's Island, seek Yahusha. I'm not telling you to go to church or pick a religion. I'm just telling you to seek your creator, who is the same God and same man as your savior. And he is with us now, invisible. And that's how we know, is because he is with us now. That's the whole point of the Ruach of resurrection. You've heard people say Holy Spirit. Ruach means spirit in Hebrew. He's got 7 spirits, but one of them is our companion, and it just so happens to be the spirit of resurrection. But he's here with us now. He's not far away. And I see him working in the lives of people who seek him. All is not lost if you're a victim of Epstein's Island. There's still Yahusha. And he's life. He says, I am the way, I am the truth. I am the life. And I hope that gives light back to people. I hope that can break them out of their prison. And it's about a relationship, not a religion. Like, make him a card or draw him a picture, do something for him and with him. But anyway, getting back to Epstein's Island, you're never going to see justice as far as to the true victims, not the liars out there like Ellie, Allie, Shelley, Safi, and all them, Susan, Sterling, not those people. Jesse, not those people. But to the real victims, I'm praying for you. Because it seems silence would be better. You'll never see justice. And the bad guys are in control. And then you have their puppets like Kash Patel who are willing to do their bidding for them. That Kash is such... Wait a minute. So for the victims, you're never... Seems silence is best. Because if you speak up, you're only going to end up dead like Miss Guthrie. Justice is not equal and fair. The elites and their puppets are getting away with literal murder. We used to watch soap operas to see them break the law. Now people are living life and breaking the law for real. This is why TV is so bad. You see it on TV and then you go out and act it out. See it in a video, go out and do it in real life. In the last days and end times, good is called evil, evil is called good. And I'm going to tell you, as I'm not a victim, and I do not have a victim mentality at all. That's why I give my testimony all the time, and I talk about things in this life and in the dumps, is because I'm not a victim of it. I'm healed and cured from it. So to give my story is a release. More importantly, we got to go back for the kids. And the only way I can go back for the kids is to tell you my testimony and wake everybody up. Man, if I had an army and artillery and one of those hole diggers, those tunnel diggers, I could do some damage then. But anyway, like when people go, oh, Holly, put it down, dust off your feet. Excuse you, my feet are dusted off. I'm a whistleblower. It may not be in your calling for you to be a whistleblower, but you didn't live the life I did. It's in my calling to be a whistleblower, and to give my story makes me happy. When I'm stifled or silenced, I don't have any joy. And the only way I can go back for the kids in Buckingham Palace dungeons that are still chained up there waiting to be used for a human hunting party, and the way I can go back for the other kids in Castle Amarillo that you call Mothers of Darkness, the only way I can go back for the kids in the cages and deep underground military bases is to give my testimony. And if you think these super soldier projects that I come from happen to everybody, you're wrong. But what they perfected on me as a kid, the trauma and torture-based mind control techniques, they perfected on me and the small group of kids I was with, and they turned them into entertainment and things that you can use for the medical industry. So you think you're getting healthy, but you're not. You're putting like the worst kind of chemicals in your body, and those chemicals were tested on me. And the small group of kids I was with, it was like 20 of us, maybe 30 of us, not even. Small group. You get people like Safi and Jesse and all them running around out there. They turn everybody into a super soldier. What's that other one's name? You talk to some of these people, they'll have you thinking you're a super soldier. You're not. You may be open to suggestion, and you may have an empathetic spirit. But if you went through these projects like I did, you would know and you would remember. And there would be no question about it. And there would be no slow drip of memories. That's bull crap. There's a lot of liars out there in the world. I've seen people, what is her name? There's this girl, everybody knows her. If I say her name, then they're going to think of the other one, and the other one's actually my friend. I can't say her name, but she's actually popular. And people talk to her, and when they get done talking to her, they're like, wait, maybe I'm an MK Ultra slave. Maybe I was programmed in the dumps. No. So anyway, yeah, getting back to Cash, he's a puppet. And when I saw him answer that question, and his answer was Epstein strangled himself. He's a liar. He's one of them. That lady Pam, she's not doing anything. And as far as you victims, keep your mouth shut. Why put yourself in the line of fire? You're out. Stay out. You don't need to be a whistleblower. You don't need to talk about it. Because all you're doing is sacrificing yourself for no reason. Unless you literally got that tap on the shoulder from Abba, you're better off going to Yahusha, going to him, letting him heal and cure you, explain things to you, embrace you, and through him you can have life. You can have joy and you can have happiness. But if I were you, I would shut my mouth and I'd go live life. I would not come forward about Epstein's Island because you're not going to get anything. He's still alive. Epstein is still alive. What, he got some plastic surgery? Come on, he's still alive. What pulpit's going to tell you that? None. I will, though. Holly Bagley, I will. Epstein's still alive, guys. I could have sworn a couple of years back I saw him. Could have sworn I saw him. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to go off camera a moment. But I'm still here. So, yeah, to watch all of this go down, my heart goes out to the victims. And the reason why is because the victims are never going to see justice. And if they come forward, they're only going to wind up dead like Miss Guthrie. We've got nobody standing behind us, guys. No one. Yeah, Trump took my testimony about, in President Donald J. Trump's first term, he joined me on Twitter for 45 minutes at an interview I had with Tiny. And I have the screenshots of him in the chat room. And Trump listened to me talk about George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr., Hillary, and Barry Obama. The other politicians, how they got to Reagan, and during his presidency, I was trafficked over in Russia, but that was to improve America and Russian relations. Can you imagine sending 5 small children over to Russia to improve American and Russian relations? Yeah. Sadly, I can, because that's what happened to me. So I gave Trump my testimony. He knows about these presidents. But the other thing, too, here's the thing. You can tell if somebody's a plant or telling the truth. Anybody that says Trump hurt the kids, they're a plant, or they're acting on their own accord. They have some other agenda. Trump was one of the only presidents that did not hurt the kids. Reagan, they got to Reagan. They got to him. But everybody since 1974, all of your presidents and the politicians during those terms, whether in America, Russia, UK, or over in the Middle East, those since 1974, they had a hand in hurting the kids. And if it's that bad that I can only remember one person, such as President Trump, who did not hurt the kids, we're in the middle of an anthill. We're in the middle of a red anthill. And if we make one move, all these red ants are going to sting us. We're going to have an allergic reaction, hallucinate, and then die a rough death. Guys, I say we get a disguise as a red ant, but we go get a life and we just go live our lives and we go about our lives and we don't make a big stir. So for the victims of Epstein's Island, I don't know. I don't know. There may be investigative journalists or attorneys out there that can protect you and help you. And if there are, I would say go for it. Do I know who they are? No, I do not. I've done all of this by myself. You see that mark upon my forehead? All I've had is Yahusha. He's been my security team and he's been telling me what to do. I've been asked by other people to go in front of Congress and I said no. What kind of compensation am I going to get anyway? What, they're going to give me compensation just to shoot me, knock me off? It's not worth it. I want my life so I can serve the kingdom of heaven. I can tell you about my testimony, but I do not have to put myself in harm's way. And I'm saying this because to the victims out there of Epstein's Island, just be very careful and don't trust people. And a lot of these people are going to come off like they're your friends, like they're going to do something. They're high energy, but it just turns out that they're a bunch of windbags, bunch of liars acting out fantasies who have no clout, no power, nobody behind them, are not affiliated with any organizations, don't even have a bank account. Or they might have a bank account, but nothing's in it. But I have to say, this is a terrifying day to see that the pedophiles, the ones that hurt kids, are being protected. The deep state is never going to be uprooted. Abba told us what's going to happen. Things are not going to get better. And for the victims out there, with what little time we have, and it's little time, a couple of years, with that little time that we have left, please do healthy things that make you happy and give you harmony. But with Kash Patel, Miss Guthrie's dead. Miss Guthrie is dead. We have dead victims. We don't have living victims. So to any of the other victims out there, it's a personal message from me to you. There was one guy that went on Sean Ryan's show. I can't remember his name. I think his first name was Brian. I could be wrong. He investigated Epstein's Island. I'm inclined to trust that man. He was on the Sean Ryan show. I can't remember his name. She ain't home yet. So that appointment can't happen because she's not home yet for her to go over. Why am I sitting in my car? Because I don't want ticks dropping on me. 9. Yesterday, I had to terminate the 9th one. They fall from the trees. They're so bad and horrible. Jeez, man. Through Yahusha, the survivors and victims and survivors, because people out, are still healing. They're not over it. So they're victims. Once they're healed, like I am, like the altars are gone. I'm no longer DID. As far as satanic ritual abuse, you can see by my relationship with Yahusha, I'm well past that. I'm healed. I'm a survivor now. And I have no interest in being a victim. But in this day and age with what's happening, the only safety you guys have, number 1 is in Yahusha, but number 2, it sounds like silence would be best. Go get a spiral notebook, write out your experiences, draw pictures, heal, write a book. You can release the book under an anonymous name. You can copyright it for yourself and then release it under an anonymous name, not even going through a publisher. There's a lot of things that you can do. But as far as the powers that be, like Pam and Cash, victims, we don't have anywhere to go. We don't have anybody that's going to protect us. Nobody on earth is going to be on the positions, the people that are in positions of power, they're not going to protect us. Even the pulpits are not praying with fasting for us. They might shoot up a couple of prayers, but do you think they fast? You think they'll fast for 40 days for us? Hey, WP. Did you? No, justice is not coming. When Yahusha, the fifth rider on that white horse, that's Yahusha, the fifth rider on the white horse, when he's on that white horse, that's when we have justice, because that's when Yahusha's in the sky with his angelic army and his angels look like him. There's no Marzulli or Dean Odell or any of their congregants on white horses. Yes, Yahuwah did show me a white horse before, but he was showing me his horse. He's preparing his horse, washing his horse down, saddling his horse up, because soon he rides. So if you saw a white horse, maybe Yahusha was trying to tell you he's getting ready, not that it's your horse. And he says clearly in the Bible that it's him and his angelic army. That fifth rider, that's him. When he's on that white horse, that is the only time that the victims of Epstein's Island is going to get justice. And if I said anything else, I would be a liar, lying, and carrying a false message. These victims are never going to see justice. Under Kash Patel, we have dead victims. Guthrie's dead. What justice? What justice? Guthrie's dead. So to the rest of you victims, we're not going to get justice until we see Yahusha on that white horse. And I think it would be better for you guys to be silent, because I don't want to see you guys end up like Miss Guthrie. And it's as simple as that. And anybody telling you, oh yeah, it's safe, come out of hiding, they're lying to you. Epstein's still alive. Aquino, he never died. He's always been alive. He's still alive and well. So whenever somebody comes to you and goes, oh yeah, justice is coming and so-and-so's dead, it's safe to talk, they're lying to you victims. Do not trust them, ever. And this message is for me to you personally, to the other victims, not these other people, but to the victims of Epstein's Island and these other castles. You're never going to see justice until the end of the 7-year tribulation. Because the people in power like Pam and Cash, they're doing squat to protect you. They're puppets. The people behind them have no intention of ever letting anybody on Epstein's list ever see justice, or ever be forced to take responsibility, or ever be forced to give compensation. I want to keep this video short, but this touches me. I got horses in the race on this one. So to the victims of Epstein's Island, silence is golden. Because your predators will never see justice. Everybody on Epstein's list, if they were going to see justice, they would have been handed it. Okay, if you're ever arrested and the cops want you bad enough, they're coming to get you. When they don't want you, they don't come to get you. And look at everybody on Epstein's list. Nobody went and got them. Why? Because they're not wanted. Why? Because they're protected. Why? Because people in positions of power like Pam and Cash, they protect them. They're bought off. There is no justice. So for the rest of you victims, I say for the little bit of time we have left before the 7-year tribulation starts, enjoy your life. Try to find joy. Let Yahusha heal you. Live. Just live. What? I mean, there's no point for me to go in front of the Senate. None of them will ever be brought to justice who hurt me and the other kids. The handlers and programmers, the only two names I'll say is Joseph Mangley and Douglas Riggs. Yeah, he was in the dumbs too. Relying on memory retrieval techniques and strange words. That's not a child of Yahuwah. That's me spiraling around. That's me spiraling around. I want to make sure I'm going to repeat myself, and I feel that strongly about it. As far as the victims of Epstein's Island, silence is golden. And out of my chat room, look at this garbage in my chat room. Should be red with the blood of pedophiles. So as far as you victims from Epstein's Island, the predators are never going to be brought to justice. You're never going to be compensated. If you come forward, you're going to wind up dead like Miss Guthrie. I say, go find Yahusha, let him pamper you, shower you with love, let him heal and cure you. Let him make things new. Let him wipe away the tears from your eye. Let him be your teacher, be your rabbi. You know, read and listen to the Bible for yourself. I'm not telling you to get a religion or go to church. I'm just telling you to get to know your creator, who is the same man and same God as your savior. He says, I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. Go to him, get life, live it, be happy, make a family, adopt a bunch of kids, adopt a bunch of animals, whatever. Go live life, but do not come forward because you're never going to be given justice. The predators are never going to see justice. And they're always going to stay predators. And they're always going to have more money, more power, and more access to things than you. So okay. You want to see something? That's a pretty tall bed, ain't it? It is a very tall bed. I get so much stuff underneath it, that's why. So I'm going to tell the victims, what I see right now, I'll give you a prophet's reward. It's going to take Yahusha's return before you ever see justice, point blank. It's going to take him return. And you victims, you know how bad it is. You've seen the people involved. And they're never going to be uprooted. They're never going to be brought to justice because they're above and beyond the law. They stand outside the law. The way these sovereign citizens want to stand outside the law, these elites actually do stand outside the law. There's no justice for them. Look at the rules over in the UK. Come on now. So it's literally going to take Yahusha's return to set this all right for the victims. And that sucks. That absolutely sucks. Hang on a second. I got a ton of layers on. I'm cold. Okay. What you doing, Mr. Rumble? I'll give you guys treaties. I'll give you treaties if you come out and sit on the table. Case, go get Rumble. Hey, Rumble. Rumble. You want treaties? You gotta get on the table. Come on. I'll pull out a chair for you. Get on the table. Up, up. If you get on the table, I'll give you a treat, and then Casey will get a treat too. Oh, but the book will be fulfilled. The book will be complete in my time, therefore your time, whether you like it or not. Yeah, so as far as justice, the victims will see justice when Yahusha returns. Yahusha did not forget about the victims. I just pray that the victims turn to him, because the victims, like me in particular, I was programmed to hate him. I was demonically possessed. I was serving these different entities. So I don't serve them anymore. I serve Yahusha. Now the victims have already been opened up to the spirit realm, so they have a sense for these things that the average person does not. And it's because of the trauma and abuse they went through. Sleep paralysis, seeing stuff out of the corner of their eyes. When you get these young kids, and even sometimes, young adults in teenage years or 20 years, when they go through bad abuse, they are opened up to the spirit realm, so they can see angels and demons. They have these wacky dreams. They're opened up to the demonic, because the predators that hurt them, the predators themselves were demonically possessed. So when the predators are laying hands on that small child or young adult or other person, their demons are going on that person. If you work at AT&T, Pfizer bought out Pharmacia. I used to work for Pharmacia, but Pfizer bought it out. And you go into a meeting and you're shaking 30 different hands. Okay, those people, what do they do with their flesh temple? Are they demonically possessed? Are they demonically oppressed? Are they demonically afflicted? You have levels, right? Possession is when a demon takes you over. So for the Super Soldier projects, I was demonically possessed by Asmodeus, Beelzebub, and Osiris, who was the beast of the sea. When I see that sucker, I'm going to put my foot out, and when he walks past to seat himself up in the third temple, I'm tripping him. Oh, you'll know when it's the beast of the sea, because I got a bone to pick with him. Anyway, he demonically possessed me. How dare he and his legions? I'm angry. I've been lied to by the church, lied to by my friends, lied to by the world, lied to by every show on TV. Yahusha's been the only truth that I have ever heard in my entire life. And that's why I married him. That's it. I'm sold. I got me a perfect man. We don't fight. He doesn't lie. He doesn't hit. He also doesn't cheat. And I just love him. He's perfect. He's got bronze skin, white wool hair parted down the middle short, and this big, beautiful robe. Got a couple of them, don't you? Yeah. I saw the one you were wearing when you met Moses. He showed me. All I had to do was read. Why I read it, but I also like listening to it. I think it was, I'm going to say Exodus 21. I don't think so. Exodus 22, when Yahweh put Moses in the cleft, held up his hand, walked by him, and then allowed Moses to turn around and look at the back of him. Abba showed me. Abba gave me a vision. But I had to ask Abba. But if you want the vision, just read the Bible passages or listen to it, and then it'll play out in your head. Ask Abba to show you. He'll show you. He's alive with us now. It's just people don't exercise that. They're like, oh, yeah, I know he's with us. Yeah, but you're not. talking to them or hanging out with them or doing anything with them. Today is the day I get rid of my grays. I vacuumed and mopped the floor yesterday. It looks great. I don't have to do anything with it today. Good, because my arm hurts up. Hey, username, it's great to see you. Good question. Okay. It's great to see you. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I'm slow to do things. My computer's shot. Yesterday, I took it apart. I cleaned the whole inside. It was long overdue to be cleaned. And it's fried. I have to buy a new computer. And then I need to find a tech to tell me how to get my old information to the new. I probably need a new motherboard, but I don't know any of that stuff. I could look up how-to videos, I guess, but I really don't know that stuff. But my computer is also 10 years old, and I think they could put after a while anyway. So I got to buy a new computer. And working off this cell phone is just too difficult. And I want to do interviews. I want to land interviews to give my testimony so I can talk about these things. So to answer your question, okay, so, all right, I got a lot of markers in my life, a lot of red flags, a lot of whammies. So my mom just wanted to get pregnant and have a kid to have a kid. Why not? But she didn't really want one. She just wanted to go through the motions and feel it, but she didn't want the responsibility of it. Very self-centered. So she had me, and for the first couple of years, she was with my biological father, but they were always fighting. So they got a divorce, and I just always remember being with my grandparents my whole life. I have some memories like of visiting my dad or visiting my mother, but I was always at my grandparents with my grandparents growing up. My dad's name was Philip Samuel Ross Baglio. So there was a prearranged marriage waiting for me when I was 18, but since I was raised outside the family, I was not held to it. So, hey, stop it, Rumble. Hey, stop. My mother came back in my life when I was 8 years old. Well, she lived at my grandparents' house, but she was never around. She was never home. And then she met my stepdad, got remarried, had my sister when I was half-sister when I was 11. She saddled me with my half-sister. My papa, who raised me, died when I was 13. But the thing about my grandparents who raised me, so on my dad's side is the mafia. And on my mother's side, my papa was in the Navy. He was a chef on a minesweeper ship in World War II. And he was very active in the Navy. He was always going to the reserves. But when he was active in the Navy, he would come home and tell my grandmother, how the Navy would give him and the other soldiers LSD and marijuana just to see what it would do. So I believe that my grandfather was an unknowing, unwilling candidate for these projects. And if you look at the history of minesweeper ships, they were used in the Philadelphia experiment. I'm a survivor of Montauk. I tried to break out of that place and bring about 7 kids with me. I wasn't banking on it being daylight when we got up out of those tunnels. And when we got up out of those tunnels in Montauk with the sunlight hitting us, oh, we could not walk. We were all over the place. Anyway, the lab coats grabbed us out in the parking lot, dragged us back down into the tunnels in Montauk. But anyway, getting back to my grandparents. So my grandmother was always a military wife. Her first husband, I forget where he was in the military. So, and my papa was my grandma's second marriage. My grandma was also my papa's second marriage. I'm so glad I married you, Yahusha, because it's going to work, Abba. And all my life, I remember being in the dumbs. I remember black operations coming into my house, taking me out, or triggering the implants to make me go outside. And I remember black operations bringing me back to my house before daylight, or they bring me back and swap out the clone and reinstall me back in my normal life. So yeah, going through these dumbs, I was always told that, hey, Derek, how are you? I was always told that you guys went through it too. No, you didn't. Well, anyway, my dad, I met him when I was 18 years old. And I met the rest of the family when I was 18. I sought them out. But again, I was not held to the arranged marriage because I was raised outside the Baglio family. But if my dad told me to marry that boy, I would have. I'd have broken up. I don't know if it was Steve or John. Anyway, I would have broken up with that guy and married. If my dad told me to marry the kid, I would have. Oh my God, I loved the kid I was supposed to marry. I loved his parents' cooking. I should have married him for that sole reason alone. Oh, I told him I could have learned to love him, but he didn't want that. Just because it's not lust at first sight doesn't mean it can't be something fantastic. Actually, it'll be better than fantastic because it's not lust. Hey, Derek, it's great to see you. I was thinking about you the other day. Hello, Kevin. So my mother and I never really got along. We don't have a relationship now. When I was 18, I moved out of when I was 14, I started living with my mom and stepdad full time instead of just on the weekends. And then when I was 18, I moved out and moved back in with my grand full time. The weekends were bad enough having to be with my parents, let alone full time with my mother. Forget that. No. Listen, my stepdad's the stupid dude that worshiped the ground that person walks on. Not me. Let her boyfriend David hit on me and choose to be friends with David on Facebook over me. She's not a mother. She should have never had kids. And I'm not about to be her slave and do her food shopping when she's fully capable to do it herself. She's going to wind up in one of these heroin hotels, one of these roach coaches, shooting up drugs with a dirty needle with some guy that has no toes. That's what's going to wind up to her. But how did she treat me my whole life? She treated me like I was a piece of garbage. And meanwhile, who's an ordained minister now of 7 years? Active ordained minister. I don't need a church. A church would stifle me. I just need a phone call. And Abba can work. What I do, you have to go to people for what I do. To stay stagnant in one place and hoping somebody stumbles in the doorway is not really going to work. Where's my cup? Out in the car. Out in the car. it's too full. Grade and break. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for food. Last night I said I was going to make a shake for dinner. I laid down at 6 o'clock. I got so comfortable. I could not get up and I just slept. And I was so tired. All I could do was reach over to the nightstand and eat and pop candy in my mouth. I made sure to lay on my side so that way it would only fall out of my mouth and not like lay back so that way, you know. I was eating hot tamales and sweet tarts. I probably need like better food today. You know what I could make? If you wanted to hang out with me, I should like stop this video right now and keep it where it's at for an hour because I wanted to focus on my feelings for the victims of Epstein's Island, for the other victims and survivors. My heart goes out to them. We got Cash, we got Pam, and nobody's doing squat. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your trauma. They don't care that you were harmed, and they don't care that these people are still doing it. They don't care about the predators still doing it. Now, I'm going to tell you, even though Trump never hurt the kids, I do believe to some extent his hands are tied because he's dealing with something that's bigger than him and his team. He's dealing with a force that's bigger than him and his team. And I really hope that he does get saved to Yahusha. I would love to be President Donald J. Trump's spiritual advisor. But can you open up doors like for Trump so I could talk to Trump about spiritual things like warfare? Please, because I won't lie to him. And I know I'm good at what I do because you give me all the answers. You tell me everything. And that's why I'm good, because of you. It's nothing I do. It's not me. I love you. All praise, all love, all glory, all worship, all honor be to you, Yahuwah, Heavenly Abba, in Yahusha Mashiach Shem Selah. Food. Felix, yes. Heavenly Abba, I lift up the victims to you. Abba, I ask that you provide for them. Please give them money, food, clothes, car, home, air conditioning, heat, medicine, vitamins, friendships, a support system. Yahuwah, what else can, with the Abba, you see the victims, you know who they are, you see what they need. Please, Abba, provide for the victims. Please keep the victims safe. Please do not let the victims end up dead like Miss Guthrie. Yahuwah, Heavenly Abba, I ask that your Ruach Kodesh of resurrection, I ask that you help me pray for the victims and always keep the victims in my prayers. Every time I pray for me, I pray for the victims and everybody else. Abba, I just don't know what to say. Abba, I give you my prayers. I stuff them with colors and my love. I stuff them with your will, and I give them to you. And Abba, I ask that you give them out to the people that need them, especially the victims, but also to the other people that don't have anybody praying for them. I might not know them personally, but you know who they are. And if nobody's praying for them, Abba, I pray for them. I bind the darkness that attacks them, and I pray it be in your will that you reveal yourself to them. Abba, you could guide them to me, or me to them, in Yahusha's name, Selah. Anybody want cheese? Yeah, right there. Rumble. better eat all of it. You want some more cheese? Right there. They love me. I should go give the chickens some cheese so the chickens love me. No, he won't. Hey, Southern Mofo, it's great to see you. He ain't gonna give me money, and I ain't gonna call him. He don't like me. You know why? Because he's got some people around him that are snakes, and I'm not gonna put up with it. I was called out of the church. There was one time, Southern Mofo, I asked for help, and Reggie told me I was a liability. If you can't prep and you can't feed yourself, you're a liability to the body of Christ. Yeah, I got the gift of prophecy. I got the gift of dreams. You, Reggie, don't have anything except for darkness in your eyes. And your husband looks like the Walking Dead over there. He's got dead eyes. I don't know what you folks are into, but I don't want it. Like, I'll be honest, and if stuff like Reggie and Stephanie is going to be getting up at that pulpit, a witch and a Catholic, I got no business being there. No, I follow the lamb, and the lamb's not there. I ain't asking that guy for anything. When I was raped, do you know what Coach told me? He told me to shut up. I was being too vocal. Instead of going to the rapist saying, hey, stop stalking Holly, you raped her. No, he tells me to shut up. No, I ain't going for him for anything. I was called out of the church, and I'm not apologizing for doing what Heavenly Abba commanded me to. Really? Get out. Oh, man, how's David Arthur doing? Same with Sue Knapp. Yes, hey, Joe, it's great to see you, sweethearts. It's so great to see you, Southern Mofo, because I got to tell you, it broke my heart because I lost like 30 friends. I used to love hanging out with you guys and praying and like, man, every morning doing that. I really loved you guys, but with the lies Reggie told about me and then the crap with Stephanie. And then when I was raped, Coach went on to my diary on my Facebook page, read what I wrote, and then got on a live broadcast in front of everybody and said, Holly, you're being too vocal. I can't believe you put that in your diary. I lost 300 friends from Facebook that day. Now, I thought we were supposed to expose evil, not let evil have free passage. And after that, Abba was like, Holly, I called you out of the church. Enough of this. Get out of the church already. That's all churchianity. So I'm sorry, but I got to stay away from backslidden pulpits because I don't want to be backslidden myself. Yeah, the people are great, Southern Mofo. Southern Mofo, I miss all you guys. You guys, man, I love you. I'm so honored to see you too. Yeah, I lost like 30, 40 friends. Man, I loved you guys. But yeah, his inner circle, that inner circle is the problem. I remember before Reggie and Stephanie came along, everything was fine. There was no need for an inner circle. We were just all together. But yeah, missing you guys is the worst part about it. He does? Oh, so that's why Coach accepted him back is for the money. I'm just assuming. No, I wouldn't ask. I got to get my rubber gloves, excuse me. Where'd they go? Where are they rubber gloves? Here we are. Not to be gross or anything, but really, Chad's still there? Oh, I haven't seen him in forever. I haven't seen any of you guys in forever. Why am I putting gloves on to get eggs? Okay, this, let me show you why I put gloves on to get eggs. Okay, I get the eggs directly from the chicken, right? Smack dab from the chicken. And I don't know, I just really don't want to touch an egg that came out of a chicken's butt. Okay? Okay. All right. I don't know how many eggs I want. How about this? We'll get 2 blue ones and 1 brown one. Okay. Yes. I got a special sponge dedicated for the eggs. We should actually probably spray vinegar on them and wash them that way since the eggs are really porous. The soap and water is great too. I'll do both. I'll spray them with vinegar and I'll wash them with soap and water. And then I'll crack them open. Could you imagine cracking them open and getting a shell in your egg before washing? Yes, please do. Hey, Busty, it's great to see you, Joe. Every time I get a Coke, I'm looking for Bestie because of you. Please ask away. Questions are good. I moved recently. I'm in a safe house now. Well, it's more like the owner of the house let me move in and we decided to set it up as a safe house. Because I've been stalked. I've had some issues in the other house that I was living in. So here, I'm safe, protected. I'm in a private community and nobody knows where I am. So it's good. That way, I can talk about child trafficking and not be followed myself. Hey, Mel, thank you. What you did? You can, Sky High is not. So not changing the name of Sky High, is that not old wine in a new skin? Ooh. Yeah, I would tend to side with you, Southern mofo. Okay, James, I guess thank you. I appreciate it. Wow, they want to change the name? Yeah, that'd be old wine and a new skin. Like, why wouldn't you have changed it when you bought it? New place, they fixed it up. I don't know. What? Leave it the way it is. Or am I missing something? Leave it the way it is. Everybody knows just leave it the way it is. If he was going to change it, he should change it when he bought it. But leave it the way it is. Everybody knows it is Sky High. Why are you going to change it? They're always changing the name of things. That's why we have trouble locating the places that the Bible talks about, because they're always changing names. Just leave it. I don't know, but Sky High just is a weird name to begin with. Like Sky High, I'm sorry. Maybe it's me and I'm old fashioned, but Sky High just sounds like the name of a rave. I'm I don't know. All right. I gotta show you guys. Something. You want to see pots and pans? Look at that cabinet. Look at that cabinet. And okay, so you see a row there, a row there. There's also a third stack. There's actually a third stack behind that. Look at all those pots and pans to get something. The homeowner called me, Holly, can you get me a pot? It's like, wait a minute. No. Just life's adventure. What are we talking about? There's a pastor that owns a property next to his home. And on the second property he fixed up the house and he's thrown conferences or huddles or like gatherings at his house where people can camp out on the property or rent a room. But there's like a portage on there too, and it's acreage. So they call it Sky High. Leave the name. Like everybody knows it is. Just leave the name. Like everybody's used to it. Just leave the name alone. See, sometimes change is not always good. Hireling, not a bad. He's a hireling. You know, I felt like that myself. But yeah, I miss you guys. Maybe, you know what, Southern mofo, maybe I can make up a new account. I'll let you know it's me, and I can come back and pay you guys a visit. These are smaller eggs. Look at them, they're blue. Oh, congratulations, Joe. When those eggs were laid, I was feeding them that day. They probably got more eggs out there. So, well, I broke the yolk in one, but you want to see what normal, natural eggs not from the store look like? That. Well, I broke the yolk over there. The two little ones are from the blue eggs. But that's what an egg is supposed to look like. And no, we don't put them in the refrigerator. We leave them on the counter because when they come out of the chicken, they have the mama's stuff all over it. And because her juices and stuff are all over it, it protects the eggs and keeps them longer. Like if we were to wash them off, we'd have to put them in the fridge, but then they'd only last in the fridge for a certain amount of time. And honestly, guys, like they might not look too great right now, but you see them? They're different sizes. They're different shapes. They're not all the same. And when you go to a store and you get eggs, every egg in your egg carton is the same size, same shape. What are they doing to the chickens to make all the eggs look uniform like that? Because these eggs are not uniform in any manner. You know, you can tell they're eggs, but like they're different sizes. Sometimes the egg is small, sometimes it's big. They're poison. And like in my shakes, in my high calorie shakes that I get, you know what I started doing is I started putting 6 eggs in here. First of all, they're natural. But if I put 6 eggs in my shake, then when I go to make my shake and I get 3 glasses, at least I know in the one shake that pours 3 glasses, I'll have 2 eggs in each glass. I want to gain weight. Butter. not. How do I work the oven? This is a problem. The egg stress. I can't really move that. Yeah, so. Yeah, I got my egg cleaning gloves. Okay. How to work the oven. I don't know. The oven just, it's weird because it has like 2 rows where it says the same thing, like bake, bake, broil, broil. Then you have bread proof and then roast and keep it. Just does not make sense to me. 9. I miss you too. I've not really been running videos. I've tried to get settled in. You want to see my room, Joe? I got settled in a little bit more, but my right hand and then my right arm is hurting, but now it's like up in my shoulders and it feels like it's in the rotator cuff and going down my arm. And so I've been trying to go light on it. No, there's another video. Drop a link for me. Where was it? So those boxes over there will only go away once I get shelves, and I want to put a shelf along the top of my bedroom, and then I'll be able to take everything that are in those boxes and put them on the shelves, but I have to get shelves. Anyway, I opened up my room a little bit more. You can see that's going to go in the attic, and that's my laundry. I've got 13 loads. My computer is officially fried. I cleaned it out yesterday, and boy, was it filthy. But all it does is turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. So I got to buy a new computer, and I want to get my stuff off of here. I have documents on there. So I'm going to need a computer tech. I mean, if I have to buy a new motherboard to make that computer work again, and it would still have my documents on it, then I may as well buy a motherboard again and then keep it. Right? I mean, I don't know how much would he actually talk to me, Southern mofo? You think, would he actually talk to me? Because, I mean, if somebody told me exactly what to get and what to do, I can do it here on my own. You know, they can say, well, go purchase this. I can purchase it. And then they can say, okay, run a video and I'll tell you what to do. And then I could do it, right? But yeah, so my room's getting there. It's getting there. But yeah, I have to put the cat food on the bed because the dog eats it otherwise. But I have a bed now. It's not a makeshift bed. It's a real mattress, a brand new mattress. I'm so happy. I hit a Memorial Day sale because at the end of May, it's Memorial Day. I bought a mattress for $340. It was marked down $510. It was on sale, $510 off the sale price, and I got a mattress for $340. Right, that's cheap. Mattresses now you're looking at like $1,500, and then they got the hybrid. You got the memory foam, the coils, and then you got this other pad and this other stuffing, and it's like, just give me a regular mattress. And that's what I ended up getting was when they because I got a single bed and I threw out my old mattress. My old mattress, honestly, I had that since I was in Long Valley and had my lung collapsed. And then that was the mattress that I got rid of, that's the one that I was raped on June 2021. But anyway, I got a brand new one. And so when I went in the mattress store, they had like the twin mattresses just standing up. And I tried one that was on like laying down, and I didn't like it because my hips hurted. And then when I looked at the others, I was looking for like Serta or Sealy. I don't know, a name that looked familiar to me because nothing was looking familiar. And then I see Beauty Rest. So I was like, all right, get that mattress. I'll try that. I know that name. She goes, actually, this Beauty Rest, it's one of our older models, but we've kept it in stock for so long because people love this mattress. So I got to lay on it, and she gave me one of these like good pillows. It's just a regular pillow, but it supports your head and neck better. It's just a regular pillow. It's not curved or anything, just a regular pillow, but a good pillow. And when she put that Beauty Rest down with that pillow, my hips didn't hurt. I felt so good. Like all the pain in my body went away. Yesterday, I went to lay down on my bed. Now I laid on my back. Well, in about 5 minutes, I was so damn comfortable. When the homeowner came home, he wanted to talk. And I'm like, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, in a minute. Be right there. Ow. Bed works. I went to sleep at 6 p.m. yesterday. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. I didn't take Dramamine. I took nothing. It's just that bed was so darn comfortable. Listen, moving is stressful. It takes me a while to get situated. He was the perpetrator against Sue. Not really. Robert Klaus. Southern Mofo. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. Yes, and like real eggs, they scramble up nicer than store-bought. Like I think these eggs that I'm mixing are only like 4 days old or 5 days old. The eggs in this house don't last long. Whatever they tell you not to eat, that's what you eat. They tell you eggs are bad for you, eat eggs. Meenakshi. Oh, Meenakshi, thank you so much. You make me feel good. Thank you. My arm's been hurting me. They are. Yep. And it's one of the few things that I eat. All right, so I want to put that in the oven, and I want to cook these scrambled. So once I get done with this, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could use like 2 of the big brown ones and 4 of the small blue ones. Either way. So, but yeah, my room's getting put away a little bit. You want to see the rest of the house? Because I'm not settled in yet. I still have like to spring clean, and there's still some things to unpack, but it's a lot better than it was. So, like, look, I hung up the curtains, right? And they match the cushions. So I think it looks nice in here. I am eventually going to set up my stereo, but the homeowner is doing something over there first. So until he's done, but I think the house looks nice. I put them up yesterday. I was like, it looks good. But yeah, my room opened up more. I was thinking of putting my mattress like with the head there and go long ways. But the thing is that's north. That's north, and I want my head in the north. But for being a small room, once I get the shelves up, everything fits. What I do want to do is I want to throw this out, but I want to get another piece of furniture just as tall, well, taller. Like maybe something just like that, but taller. So, oh, well, I hope Joseph is doing well. And I hope you're feeling better, Meenakshi. So, and like, yeah, I got to make a new one of these. Like, I have this up by the cat litter box. So, what I want to do is buy one of the houses. So the cat goes in it to use the box. This is to stop it from like the dust from flying in the closet or getting on anything. But I had one of the cat house litter boxes for Saba, but Saba was only 10 pounds. He's a tiger cub. He's like 16, 17 pounds. Yeah, you could eat him for Thanksgiving. We're not going to, though. Don't worry. So if I can find one of those houses, I need a bigger one. And once I find a bigger cat house litter box thing, then that'll be all right. And like I said, once I get shelves, I'll be able to put all those boxes away. And then that chair is meant for my computer, but my computer's not working right now. So my dirty laundry will go over there once the boxes are gone. That'll be all cleared out. Oh, this is a step stool. But yeah, I think it's together. I don't like my bed across the window, but again, that's the north. He looks so happy. Oh, he is. He is. He went outside, I think for the first time. Was it yesterday? Yeah, he went outside for the first time yesterday, and he went over to the neighbor's yard, of course. But he didn't last long. And when he came in, he had a tick on him. The ticks are terrible this time of year. Yeah, he matches the curtains and stuff. I had a bunch of extra curtains. My godmother gave me them. And rather than throwing out the extra curtains, because they kind of look masculine, like it's not a flower print. This is a flower print, right? So I kept the flower print, but I think like because it's a man's house, I think that this curtain is perfect because it's more like gold and there's no flowers on it. But I think that goes a lot nicer because this is a man's house and I don't think the homeowner would really appreciate flowers. So, yeah, I love the house. I love it here. Oh, I forgot I'm cooking. Oh my goodness, I forgot I'm cooking. I did. Now I'm burning my eggs. Oh, no. I thought I was burning them. No, false alarm. I could have very well burned them though. I have a feeling my bread's going to be done sooner than my eggies. Timer. Well, no, that's 13. Off. So I can't set it for that. Two minutes. All right. I like my eggs well done, just not burnt. I don't have my apron. My car is filled with my laundry. Does anyone remember what Archie said and why? Heart attack. No, it's my right arm. Okay, username, what I'm thinking it is. Oh my God, last night it was throbbing so much. If I wasn't so damn tired, I would have went to the hospital because it was like the next thing would have just been to start vomiting. I was username because I just went through a move. I was expecting to have a rheumatoid arthritic and fibromyalgia flare up where my joints would just swell up and I'd be like bedridden for a week because I moved myself. The homeowner here, he did 3 truckloads where, he moved the furniture and I helped him, but everything else I did myself. And of course, I want to do it myself, and I want the exercise, and it's my move. But I knew it was all that increased activity was going to give me an arthritic attack. So that's what. No username. I'm okay. Information first. No problem. Nate, there is no problem in the chat room. You don't have to apologize for anything. There's no problem. So, username taken. I kept scrubbing and I felt it too in my arm before I don't know what to call it. So I'm going to call it a flare up, but like I was scrubbing, like I started to get on my hands and knees and spring clean the bathroom. So I was scrubbing the floor around the toilet. And there were a couple other things that I was scrubbing. And I think I was putting all that pressure, like to go around like the cracks and crevices. The still small voice, my gut instinct was telling me, Holly, just get a toothbrush. But instead, I was like digging my fingers in there. So, like doing that for 4 or 5 days straight put so much stress. It felt like somebody was taking my knuckles and like this and squeezing them together. It hurt in the bone and then it hurt right down to the knuckle, and I had swelling. But then I noticed it started going up into my elbow. And I'm thinking, is it the ligaments or whatever? Well, now it's all the way up in my arm, and it feels like right around, like, I don't know what you call it, the rotator cuff. But the pain shoots from the top of my shoulder around the side of my shoulder and then just right down my arm. And then I feel it or just right down my arm. So I guess it's the arthritis. But also it rained for 4 days. And that rain, on the first day it started raining, I was assed out. I was like, this is it. I can't take it anymore. So I actually went from 12 cups of kratom down to 4 a day. I want to focus on eating, and I'm not that active, and sometimes I use the kratom as a crutch or a stand between me and something worse. So I'll run to my kratom and have a kratom and sit down and think, okay, Holly, you don't want to make the problem worse. Don't run to something else. Excuse me. James, I lift you up to Heavenly Abba, and I pray he cures and heals your neck and takes out the strain, the kinks and the pain. And I pray he heals your neck and shoulders and spine. And if it's not in his will that you be cured and healed, I pray he holds you tightly in his hands. You feel his presence, and I pray he gets rid of your pain and he gives you back flexibility and motion. In Yahushua's name, Selah. Higher command gives an order. You are cute. Information first. The way that you treat me, Nakshi, is just amazing. It's just amazing. You are definitely a real man. You can tell you're a real man by the way you treat me, Nakshi. You can tell a real man by the way he's treated his wife or his girlfriends. And You're awesome, Joseph. You're really considerate. Like, I probably only needed 2 eggs. Look at how fluffy they come out. Now, guys, I did not add. I'm going to turn it down. I did not add milk. I did not add water. I did not add butter. I did not add anything. And look at how fluffy they are. Like, these are natural eggs. You know, and that's another thing chickens are good for. Like, I'm a picky eater, so there's times that I cannot finish my plate. Like, chickens eat everything. So, like, if you have leftovers from dinner, put it in a bowl, collect all your leftovers, cut it up in small little pieces, and then take it out to the chickens. They'll devour it. Meat, they eat eggs, vegetables, fruit, bread, pasta. Oh, they love it. The chickens, they eat everything. So food never has to go bad because you can give it to the chickens and they'll eat it. And they eat everything. All right, how do I turn the stove off? Oh, geez, I turned the stove off when I was messing with the timer. They are cannibals. They are cannibals. Yeah, they ate when the rooster got turned into chicken soup. They ate some of them. They eat their own eggs, too. They are cannibals. Hey, Meenakshi, remember that day you, Joe, and I was sitting in the park and we were talking about different cultures, the different dresses, and then you were telling us about dolphins? Yeah, you should have been telling me about chickens. They're cannibals. Cannibals. Remember the dolphins? You're telling me about, you know, how they'll form a gay pact if there's no woman. They're highly intelligent, but if they're not stimulated, they'll turn murderous and gay. All right, hang on a second. Instead of making a mess over the counter, I'll make a mess in the pan. And I'll eat my high-calorie shake tonight. I hope I didn't put too much sugar on it, or salt on it, not sugar. Give me the big pieces. Maybe I shouldn't have put salt and pepper on it until after I put it on here because I'm not going to eat all of it. Get on there. Get on there. Well, now I got salt and pepper on it. I'm not going to be able to feed it to the dog and cat. Shoot. I could wash it off, right? I could wash it off. I know it's going to be weird, but it's still going to be an egg, right? I can wash it off. It terrifies you. Love conquers all. I don't know. It terrifies you? I'll tell you, it's a scary world. I don't know what that is, but maybe it's something that you guys can talk through and she can give you more insight and knowledge so that way you have a better understanding and then maybe it won't terrify you because you'll have more insight and knowledge. All right, so I'll cut that little piece up for Rumble, and I'll give you the rest. Come here. Come here. There, eat it. Now, Rumble. Right? Feed the dogs before I feed myself. Or feed the dog and cat before I feed myself. Wait a minute. This is priority. Now, when I eat, there shall be no begging from you or Rumble. And if Rumble doesn't eat his eggs, I'll give it to you, Case. Yes, I will. For Rumble, hang on. Don't jump on the counter. You want some eggy? Oh. If he doesn't eat it, I'll give it to you. Don't worry. This is my sandwich. There we go. Looks like a Burger King sandwich almost. A little pet family. Yeah, 5 chickens, dog, cat, Holly. I hope it tastes good. If I kept that third piece of cheese instead of giving it to the dog and cat, it would have tasted better. Come here. It tastes good. It's good. But yeah, the cheese was really thin. I should have kept that extra piece of cheese because it would have been perfect then. But yeah, it tastes good. I only needed 2 eggs. I don't know what it was. But this morning I was in a mood. And the mood reminded me of an altar. I was depressed feeling, anxious feeling, starving, very hungry. And I felt stuck and trapped. And when I was thinking that, I remember like all of a sudden my thought process changed. And it was like I was consoling myself saying, no, you don't have to be starving. There's food. I can make myself some food. What would I like? So we can fix that right there. If you're feeling depressed, Holly, you don't have to feel depressed. You can go take your medicinal cannabis, go for a hike, or go find a good video on YouTube, or go for a Sunday drive. But you don't have to feel depressed. You can get out and go be physically active and work through it. And yesterday I took 2 hikes. I took that one that you saw on Facebook. And then when I came home, I took a second one with the dog. So instead of moping around, and sometimes watching a video I do that all the time as it is. So that's not a good thing for me to do. Like I need more activity. So yesterday I just hiked around and I had the activity, and that's what made me feel good. But this morning, I remember telling myself, no, you don't have to be starving. I can cook something. You got eggs, you got your high calorie shake. You don't have to be hungry, and you're not stuck, and everything's okay. Everything's okay, Holly. Okay, you need 2 new tires. Your car still has another repair to be fixed. You got to buy a new computer and salvage the documents on your old one, but it's not the end of the world. It's okay. You work through it. If it takes you 4 months of saving up money, 1 month for your 2 months for your computer, and then 2 months for your tires, that's okay. So it'll be 4 months. Then after that, whatever hits the fan, you can start from there. But these next few months, it's okay for you to be selfish and take care of yourself. You need the car, and your work is on your computer. Come on now, Holly. You don't have to suffer. Life is not about suffering, and you don't have to put everything before yourself. At this time, you need to put yourself first and take care of yourself. Gain weight. What do you need? You need your car. You need your computer. That's non-negotiable. So, Holly, get it. And don't feel stifled. But yeah, this morning I had to like coax myself or encourage myself. And it was so strange to see that automatically, like my thought process took over, and my thought process just changed, and it was into a better thought process. And it was into trying to find resolutions to get me to stop feeling that way that I was feeling. Sometimes just laying down and taking a nap is a good way. Like, and eventually I did. I laid down early. I laid down at 6, but I wound up sleeping all night. Hey, Cecilia, it's great to see you. So I remember for many, many years, all of them, since 2014, like when I get those invasive, terrible thoughts and ruminations, nagging thoughts, thoughts that come out of nowhere, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm not that type of person to even think something like that. What am I, watching too much TV? It could be a demon. It could be the Guan Tower sending out frequencies, and these frequencies are altering your mood. But also in these frequencies, demons are carried in these frequencies. So, what was I saying? Saying something I just drew. Oh, for years, I would say to myself, I'm not of this thought, I'm of Yahuwah. Rumble and I are not of that thought, I'm of Yahuwah in Yahusha's name. Or I rebuke that thought. I renounce that thought. Abba, I don't think that was my thought. I think that was outside forces, because that one came out of nowhere. But I started to guard my thoughts, and bad, depressing, angry, volatile, nagging, irritating thoughts. I would be on it and just say, I'm not of that thought. I'm of Yahuwah. I reject that. And if I had to say I reject that thought 30 times in a 60-second period, well, then that's what I was doing. Or just to like catch myself in a bad thought process and turn it around. I spent years upon years, hours, more than hours. I spent a lot of hours trying to take control of my thoughts and push out the bad ones, reject the bad ones. Or if it was me thinking in that bad line, I could recognize it, correct myself, and ask Abba, okay, how do I get out of this bad line of thinking so then it improves my mood and I'm not stuck like this? But this morning I just noticed that after all of these years of rejecting the bad thoughts and conscientiously and intentionally making myself get on a good thought pattern, get off the bad one and start thinking good, productive, healthy, happy. All of a sudden, like this morning, it's like it finally, all that hard work paid off, and I reaped the benefits, because I noticed that this morning when I was feeling horrible, which started last night, like on the inside, I started to kind of like, come on, Hall, cheer up. I can make you what you want to eat. I can do this. I can do that. I can make myself happy. There's nothing wrong. There's no immediate danger. There's no reason for this depression or anxiety. So let's figure out how to stop it. Or let's figure out how to get me feeling better. It's me and you, always you and I. And this morning, I don't know, I got to see myself change around my thought process in real time and just automatically start thinking, Holly, it's possible. It's possible. You don't have to stay feeling like this. If you have another bad day, so what? We'll grab Case and go out for another hike. It's okay. But the pain in my arm, like even to go like this. Oh! Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Ow, ow, ow! I was trying to like rotate my shoulder, like, when you do warm-up exercises. Oh, that hurts. It was putting me in a bad mood. It was putting me in a bad mood because where I moved my arm, I get an excruciating streak of pain from my shoulder down my arm, and I'd be like, ow! I think it's the rheumatoid arthritis. I think it's the ligaments and muscles. I think I'm going through just a bad time right now, but it'll go away. I'm not going to be stuck like this. I don't think it's a heart attack. I don't think it's a stroke. You know what? I could always take an aspirin right now to make sure. You know what? I got to take something for my arm anyway. When I laid down at 6 p.m. yesterday, I was too tired to even get up to take something from my shoulder. Even though it was hurting so bad it took my breath away, I just could not get out of bed to take anything. That was good. I needed that. Oh, I feel so much better now. Yeah, see? Come here, Casey. Rumble didn't want his. I told you I'd give it to you. Wait, now I got a sink full of dishes. It's vinegar. It's like 50% vinegar and 50% water. It's just like when it comes to pet saliva, I heard like if people come into contact with cat saliva, they'll act more recklessly. And so vinegar, I don't care that the dogs and cats and stuff eat off the dishes. I just hit them with vinegar and they're good to go. Hey, hello, Brandon. Google for you about Googles or goggles. Google. Google. Okay. I better make more water. How do you make more water? I know it's weird. Why would you like put mountain water through a filter? It's just that sometimes it gets frothy, and the froth from the water can be a little off-putting. So, but I'll tell you, bathing in this water, my hair and skin, they feel so different. I can tell the difference. Taking a shower here versus in Stortsville. Because that place only had city water. All right. These are. The refrigerator works a little too well sometimes. That's why. All right, listen. That refrigerator only needs to be on 6. It doesn't need to be on 7. 7 freezes everything. 6 keeps it horribly cold. But 7 just freezes everything. We don't need that. Somebody turned it up to 7. I turned it back down to 6. We're having a power struggle. No, but I noticed that because it only goes up to 7, but if I put it on 6, the stuff in the freezer stays really frozen. But the refrigerator, it's not frozen in the refrigerator. It's still very cold. But like everything in the refrigerator kind of melts. It goes from freezing to just very cold. But the stuff in the freezer always stays frozen. I actually got to clean it out. But with my arm feeling the way it does, guess I could clean left-handed. That's just going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to get frustrated. Today is a second Passover meal. So today I'm cooking it, which means today I need to do some homework about the Seder meal, what everything is symbolic of, write out a broadcast, and then run it so people can partake in the second Passover meal. I started to draw Abba a picture of the Seder meal, but the only thing I have left to finish is what everything is symbolic of. Do I have that? Or do I have like something else that I could write on? It's going to have to do, I guess. I need a piece of paper. Joe, because the Passover meal is so important, Abba gives us a second time to participate in it because it's that important. The second Passover meal always happens 1 month after the first one. So, for instance, like this year, our Passover meal was April 12th. Okay, the following month on the 12th, being May 12th, is the second Passover meal. That Passover meal that we celebrate during the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Feast of First Fruits, it's an 8-day holiday. That Passover meal is so important. He gives us a second chance to partake in it. Now, I screwed the first Passover meal up because I did not make it in haste. So I want to redo it. Oh, and that's the other thing I forgot. And during the Feast of Unleavened Bread and First Fruits, every single day of that feast and festival, we are to eat a piece of unleavened bread because this signifies sinlessness. Yahusha was sinless. And we want him to dwell in our flesh temple. And we want to be a part of his body. He's got a family. And this, when we eat it, is symbolic of us accepting him, his Ruach, to dwell in our flesh temple. And it's also symbolic of us accepting to be a part of his body. And he's got many different parts. He's got watchmen and prophets. And so because I messed up the first Passover meal, I wanted to do the second one today. And the homeowner's going to let me cook for him, but I think the homeowner's just happy they don't have to cook, so they don't care what's being made because they'll eat it all. I'm still learning. There's a lot to these feasts and festivals, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I'm sorry I forgot, but next feast and festival, I will not forget to eat unleavened bread every single day of the festival to represent sinlessness. I pressed stop. So I'm going to make matzo ball sauce. I got some up here. Jeez. I'm going to make that. I love matzo ball sauce, but when I make my balls, I make them itty bitty, teeny weeny. I like them really, really small. I don't like them big. Yeah. It's 3 years. Oh, you know what I want to do today? Call Anita. I've been meaning to do that for weeks. So at the store, I need horseradish, parsley, grapes, walnuts. I have broken up 11. I should get matzo crackers, unleavened bread, matzo crackers. Do I have olive oil? Yeah, I got the cheap olive oil. I got the eggs. I need the horseradish sauce. There. That's my handwriting. When my handwriting is neat, that's what it looks like. Call Anita. Open your eyes, people. I cannot wait to talk to her one-on-one. Tell her how great she is and how blessed I am that I bumped into her in her ministry. I shouldn't say ministry, but bumped into her in her pulpit. Because women are not supposed to lead the church, but I'm not leading a church. I'm taking you and me straight to the big guy. That's not leading a church. And since I'm married to Yahuwah, when he tells me to speak, I speak. He's my husband, the head of my household, my savior. So I don't speak above Yahuwah, and I certainly do not give out a different message. Excuse me. And there's no rapture. I feel so much better. You know, it's weird because when I do eat and I start feeling better, I take all my vitamins and minerals. My body and mind feel really good. And I don't know what to do with that. I'm used to feeling horrible. But that doesn't mean I want to stay feeling horrible. I got to get more of my mushroom blend. This is important because this goes to help because I've been traumatized. I'm a kid from the cages and deep underground military bases. So these mushroom blends, they're good for you. Well, this has like 10 different ones in it. It doesn't have the ashwagandha. The homeowner actually buys this stuff. He recently got that stuff that makes you look younger. He's into like health stuff. Oh, if you have bad kidney stones, it's expensive, but this stuff works. This stuff works. Stone Exel, it's expensive, but this will knock the kidney stone out of you. And like you take 5 of these things in the morning, and then at night when you go to take the other 5, your kidney stone is knocked out of you. It's really good stuff. This Stone Exel. I think it's natural stuff too. Vitamin B1, B6, magnesium, potassium, but then it has Chanca, Piedra extract. It's got these different extracts, but he says this works great for kidney stones. Oh, I put that in there. I shouldn't have done that. I should have put... You know what? I could save this for later. I'll save that for later, and I'll take this now. These. This stuff, when I take it, the day I take it, I notice a difference. This stuff works good, and I can get it at Walmart. It's called Force Factor. 40 super ingredients, 25 essential vitamins and minerals, and 37 fruits and vegetables. Like, look at this table back there. Like, I notice a difference when I use it. It's good, but I need to make sure I eat 3 meals a day. Otherwise, it'll make me constipated. Too much information, I know, but it works. So if you're looking for vitamins and minerals you can actually find in a store, this Force Factor is good. What are you looking for? Daddy's not coming home yet. No, Daddy's not coming home yet. No, don't worry about it. You can ask me as much as you want. Hang on 1 second, Celia. I got it right here. Let me break things first, okay? Naked Mass. The vanilla kind of has like a peanut taste to it, but I'll add like almond extract or vanilla extract, and I'm not big on a peanut taste. The chocolate's good. It's not too chocolatey, and it doesn't have like a tangy, lingering aftertaste. There's none of that. And I like it because I got this other stuff. Oh, shoot. Where did I put it? Did I throw it out? Where did I put that other garbage? Where did I put it? No, where the hell did I put it? I want to show it to you because how did I put it? Where did it go? You know where I put it? You know where? Oh, that's where I shoved it. guess not. Yeah, I shoved it over here. This stuff, yuck, disgusting, gross, disgusting and terrible, gross. It's horrible. It has an aftertaste. It's way too chocolatey. It tastes like, it's not enjoyable. Plus, this stuff has bioengineered ingredients. Oh, I want to go for a moonwalk tonight. I got to register for it. You want to go for a moonwalk with me? You're probably not going to be able to see anything. It's a full moon tonight, which reminds me I need to take my food-grade diatomaceous earth because on full moons, the larvae of parasites hatch. This stuff, Cecilia, it's got bioengineered ingredients in it, and it's just, it tastes like a typical energy drink. You know, like when you get those power bars at the store and they're high protein and this and that. It's got that weird taste to it. Yeah, this has that weird taste to it too. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to throw it out because it's expensive, but, you know, when the lights go out and the food trucks stop, I'll be happy to have it. But honestly, you're not going to... What the fuck? With the alarms, damn it. Like, that's 4 or 5 different alarms that keep going off to remind me to do something. And meanwhile, I can't do anything right now. This stuff, you'll like it. You'll like it. Like I said, your vanilla, it kind of tastes like peanuts, but, you know, you just get some vanilla extract. It's fine. But you might actually like the taste. I don't mind it at all. But I sweeten it up with, like, almond extract, and I make it taste like a cake. You know, so I think you'll really like it. But don't forget, Cecilia, add things to it. Like you might be able to take it with milk. If you can take that with milk, take it because the milk is extra calories. I can't. I put water in it. The milk gives me some problems. I mean, I can drink a shake with milk in it, but it better be the only shake I have with milk in it for the entire week. But, you know, you can add peanut butter, oatmeal, eggs, banana, strawberries. Jack up the calories and really make it a meal. And when you, 1 serving of these, I'm going to tell you, 1 serving of this, well, I add 3 eggs and a banana. Oh, bananas, that's what I have to get. Bananas. Yeah, moonwalk. I got to register for it. I hope I'm awake to go to it because I fell asleep at 6 p.m. yesterday. That's what I should do. I should put 2 drops of iodine in my water. I was taking iodine living in that other place. I'm not going to use names, but in that other place, there was mold and mildew everywhere. And when you look up the symptoms of mold poisoning, I had every symptom. So it's taken my body a while to get that mold and mildew out and to start feeling better. Where I live now, this is a new house. There's no mold and mildew here. It's not a brand new house, but what it is this house was abandoned for 25 years and sat dormant. And somebody came along, bought it up, gutted it, put everything new in it. So there's no mold or mildew because this house was just newly rebuilt 3 years ago. Yeah. And it's taken my body a while to get settled in, but man, mold and mildew, it's working out of my system. Where is that other vitamin? I only took 2 out. It's supposed to be 3. Yeah, 3 capsules. I would only take 2 out. Hemp. Yeah, I got a strain of cannabis I don't like. At all. You know, introducing something, thinking about it. No, not conk myself out. I should take my diatomaceous earth right now. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons. I usually build myself up to 3 teaspoons, or a tablespoon rather. Actually, I'll put a tablespoon in it. But I've taken it many times, so I should be able to tolerate it just fine. You guys are helping me start my day off right. What time is it? 10:35. By the time I get done taking all this stuff, I'm going to have a natural high. I'm going to feel good naturally because I had that breakfast. I had great company. Thank you. Oh, your buddy wasn't home today. Casey, I'm going to put on jeans. I'm going to take you for a walk. We'll go down the lake. I think that's what I'm going to do is take a hike. Her buddy's not around today. You didn't get a play date. You didn't get your play date. No. Oh, you poor little thing. You didn't get your play date. You didn't get your play date. Look at this dog. You didn't get your play date. You didn't get your play date. Look at you. Oh, you poor thing. You want to go for a walk around the lake? I'll make it up to you since you didn't get your play date. You poor little thing. Oh, life is so hard. I know. I know. Okay, I'll pamper you. Yes, I'll pamper you. Oh, and something that's good for flea and ticks. It smells like peppermint. It's all natural, and it works. And it's got peppermint oil in it, too. I'm not sure how you apply it, though. I'm not sure how you apply it or where you spray it, but I actually got to go to the store today and get Rumble, that flea and tick stuff that I put on them. So, good. Now I'm getting all my vitamins down. And then tonight, while I'm taking a moonwalk, I'll be killing parasites and larvae and worms. Okay. Hooli,
The Empress Huli. I nuke her. I nuke the Empress Huli. Empresses are only good for nuking. You know what I should dump in here since I'm slamming it back is this stuff. I hate the taste of this crap. Two to 3 droppers with water 2 to 4 times daily or as needed. This stuff, respiratory aid, mullein leaf, red clover, fenugreek, fennel seed, fresh plantain leaf, thyme leaf, horsehound herb, fresh horseradish root, really, and licorice root. Horseradish root. I'm about to go out and buy horseradish. Yeah, and you know what? It opens up my lungs. I can feel it a few minutes after I take this. It, for lack of better terms, it's like my muscles. Whatever's inside there, all of a sudden, it feels like they relax and open up. I can't stand the way this tastes, though. I gotta get more. Ooh, I'm out of it. I think this stuff was like $20. Yeah, I gotta buy more. I better not throw out the bottle. Where's Meenakshi? Hey, Philip, how are you? Selah, praise, glory, honor, love, and worship be to Yehovah for Yahusha Mashiach. Where's Meenakshi? She doesn't like taking medicine. Her medicine tastes bad. I'm doing this willingly. I don't have anybody trying to coax me into taking my medicine. Yuck. Ew. I try to just like let it hit the back of my throat so that way it doesn't land on my tongue. Well, I've gotten all my vitamins. I've taken all my worm and parasite killers. Gotten all my minerals. Got some food. I'll take Casey out for a hike. I'm going to leave my dishes sit there. Yeah, mullein is good. Really, I got to actually take this call, but at this time, I'm going to have to wrap this up and let you guys go. And I hope you have a nice afternoon. But I'm thinking I'll probably come back and maybe talk again. But I really meant to just run a 30-minute video to the victims of Epstein's Island and giving them my thoughts, and just my heart goes out to them. But then I wound up spending an extra 2 hours hanging out with you guys, and thank you for that. I really appreciate it. All right, I love you. I'll see you shortly. Ta-ta for now.